See, the difference is I give up right away because I know that I'm going to fail.
I know.
Please,
I have the office. I have the office.
You're trying.
Yeah, no. So I have the office. He pushed the button until the light goes on.
Yeah. If you ask me what happened, I have no idea.
I have news for you. Everything in life, if you look back, we are pressing the buttons again, something comes out.
Okay.
Used to be years ago we banged the television until we get started.
By the way, that worked.
Yeah.
You hit it in the face.
And then
Morning,
also
by the way.
the repairman. It's working perfectly.
Like when you make to go to the dentist, you take the fine, no,
No, I don't wait here.
See, David, you didn't come and we have a new expert in computers. His name is Jackie Dery. He pressed buttons non-stop and that worked.
I have no idea. I have no
And it just
idea.
started to click.
It just
First it was
went on.
nothing. Then he
Nothing.
kept pushing.
You have to tell me.
We have no idea what we did.
This
I
week
came
is,
in the morning to
this
turn
week,
it.
this week is Parashat Va'era. Most of the plagues, most of the makot are written in this parasha. The parasha begins. Look a second. The four kosod that we drink Pesach night are Magon after the first four promises, but let's see the fifth one. Let's see what the Or Chaim says on the fifth. Look a second at page 38. לכן אמור לבני ישראל אני השם, פסוק ו' והוצאתי אתכם מתחת צבאות מצרים. This happened right away in the beginning of the year as Makadam began. The Egyptians basically stopped. והצלתי אתכם מעבודתם וגאלתי אתכם בזרוע נטויה בשבטים גדולים ולקחתי אתכם לי לעם. So this is four. But the fifth one was never fulfilled till many years later. פסוק ח' והבאתי אתכם אל הארץ אשר נשאתי את ידי לתת אותה לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב. So all the commentators are wondering. והוצאתי והצלתי וגאלתי ולקחתי. It was fulfilled within a year from the beginning of the Makot. How about the fifth one? Okay, so says the Or Chaim HaKadosh, listen what he says, it's very, applies very much in our days, as always, but in our days for sure. Look at Pasuk Zayin. ולקחתי אתכם לי לעם. Hashem is choosing us as a nation. Every Friday night by Kiddush, when you say Zecher Yetziat Mitzrayim, yes?
Yeah.
This is when we, בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מעם לועז, הייתה יהודה לקודשו, we were chosen to be the nation. מתן תורה is the constitution. והייתי לכם לאלוהים, וידעתם כי אני השם אלוקיכם המוציא אתכם מתחת צבאות מצרים. Says the Or Chaim HaKadosh, only the precondition of והבאתי אתכם אל הארץ is וידעתם כי אני השם. When a person is reaching a point in his life, it's not my talent, it's not my brilliancy, it's not the weapons I have, it's וידעתם כי אני השם והבאתי אתכם אל הארץ. So it took us 40 years to travel in the desert to internalize this message, וידעתם כי אני השם. Many died in the Midbar, those who, whatever, but this is the point. 4/5 didn't make it out of Mitzrayim. So it says the Or Chaim, you read it, לקחתי אתכם לי לעם, I chose, והייתי לכם לאלוהים, I'm your master. וידעתם כי אני השם is if you really internalize, everyone can give speeches from today till tomorrow, including tomorrow, and he's believing Hashem. But in real life, do you believe or not, whether they come maaseh, someone cuts you down, someone is making you, I'm talking to myself now. Yes, is it him or וידעתם כי אני השם?
Tested on it every hour of the day.
This is the test of life. All the putim, I believe. How can you show that you believe? By what? Did you put black boxes? It takes nothing to put it. Yes.
But I'll just speak for myself. In other words, to go through 20 items in a day, there's definitely times during the day that I know Hashem is everything, but I fail.
No,
So
but
is that counteract?
okay,
what
but,
you just said?
but this is what he's saying here is to us as a nation. Everyone's
that's
life
right.
from the day we were born until the day they put us in the box is exactly this challenge. Yes? This is I mean, you always read the big stories, but this is the bottom line. Yes. I forgot which one of the greatest Sephardic rabbis of 300 years ago. Someone really insulted him. One of his didn't do anything to him. And his friend says to him, it's not him. It's not, he didn't do anything. I had to suffer this humiliation. He happened to be the bully who did it. You see, it's easy to tell the story. We believe in the story, but in real life, those are the challenges. It says the Orach Chaim v'ida'atem ki ani Hashem hamotzi etchem as then והבאתי אתכם אל הארץ אשר נשאתי את ידי. I told you more than once the story, but for me it was. I read the article once in the magazine Mishpacha. The woman that wrote, I guess, based on what she wrote, it was like in the 50s. Since when I was young, my grandfather was a Holocaust survivor. He was the mainstay of faith, strength in the family. Any crisis, used to say, there is a, and I asked him once, Grandpa, where did you get it? This is exactly what he said. He said, in my camp, once we had a lineup, and normally they used to take the skinny, this. This time I realized every 10th person is being taken out to death. Okay, so I was very happy because I realized I'm number 9. So the guy next to me, but the guy next to me realized he's 10. He was a strong man, he's a smart man. He says it's to a granddaughter. I said Shamlu, I said Shema, it's over. You know, as the German gets this to number 9, he says number 10 out. Number 9, the guy that was there. Says
I'm number 9.
He says you're telling the German officer he doesn't have to come out.
He miscounted.
Wow.
So that day he told me. No, but he says that day he told me a lesson to learn. You understand? If you have to make it, the 9 becomes. I mean, there are zillions of stories of this. Zillions of stories of this. Okay, but it's important to remember here.
We know it, but how do we get there?
Okay. This morning, Mike Idiot says that his wife told him she had a radio station. Now he listen to this question. A religious woman is asking, her daughter is one of their captives. She might be released. The Arabs are not giving now the names. Should she, if she gets a phone call on Shabbat that her daughter is released, can she go or not? See, the fact that your mother can ask the question shows you
how much they've grown.
Yeah, that she is sincere. The answer, unfortunately, of course, is no. No, but can you imagine emotionally what you feel?
That's not
you're waiting 469
every
days, you're waiting, your daughter is alive.
And if she is, you want to see her as soon as possible.
Yeah.
No, but the point is, there's nothing. If you want to do her,
right,
if she's there, she's alive.
Right.
Yesterday, today is the problem, is she alive or not? Yes. What I'm saying, to ask the question shows you that some people are. Listen to something very, very interesting that normally we don't.
So when Yosef came to Yaakov and Yaakov didn't acknowledge, right? It was saying Shema, that it's like similar idea.
But remember, the point of these stories is that no one is expecting us to be there, but to know that there is something. And very often, as it happens, when a person is in a challenge somehow, an inner strength. Look at Parashat Ekev and look at something fascinating. Parashat Ekev. Ekev is a Sefer Dvarim. We read it every year in the summer. Look a second. This is page 980. Parashat Ekev begins. if we are following, listen good, Hashem would love us, Hashem would listen to this. Look at Pasuk Tetvav. Pay attention to a Pasuk that we heard many times, but page 980, Pasuk Tetvav. והסיר השם ממך כל חול. Please listen good. וכל מדווי מצרים הרעים שידעת לא ישימם בך ולטענה בכל שונאיך. Read us the English translation. 15.
Hashem will remove from you every illness and all the bad maladies of Egypt that you knew. He will not put them upon you.
What does it mean that you knew? You knew how? Remember, the Jews are in Goshen. I'm making it up. That's a Goshen is half of Brooklyn. Like there are 5 boroughs in New York. A person in Staten Island knows what goes on in Borough Park or Williamsburg. They don't know. I mean, today you know right away, but you hear this? Some Rishonim are saying every plague that befell the Egyptians here was for 1 minute and the Jews too. Sheyabdata, which means in order, why is there, David? Otherwise you don't appreciate as much.
The teaching.
Otherwise you're not appreciating as much as
That you don't have it. What they went through.
I remember I was a very short time in the reserves in Israel. So I came, my wife was here. I went to Shabbat to my parents. I was hitchhiking. So a fellow stops and he says to me, so I told him, no. He says to me, listen, I'm not really going this direction, but I'll drop you in a certain intersection. He says, why are you doing it? He says to me, because I just got back from reserves also. I know exactly how big you have to go. Yeah, but you know what he says?
So you feel
Asher Yadata, Hashem purposely wanted the Jews to feel it for a moment, then it's out. Now the Egyptians have more. Yes. Because if you follow the Pesukim carefully, it doesn't say, it says maybe once or twice that the Jews didn't suffer, and over there we need an explanation. But in general, we never ever, I mean, I'm talking from an Ashkenazic point of view, all the, here in Brooklyn, most of the grandparents of the people that I know are survivors. The amount of love and, I mean, my chavruta every day, okay, my love is, it's both parents who are Holocaust survivors. His father lost his wife, 2 children, and he remarried his sister. So my friend's mother, you imagine, was a sister of, anyway, he says to me, I was the first child of my parents, so both survivors. He says, every day going to school, my mother used to go. I was embarrassed. And my mother used to tell me, you know what you mean to me? I mean, walking 3 blocks. After I was crying, she used to walk behind me. No one should. A kid.
Embarrassing, but still.
No. But this is the point. This is the point. So the Makot really befell on the Jews for a moment. Then, except one, if you want, it's really comes out very fascinating. Look a second. In Makat Dever, it says something very interesting at the end. Makat Dever, it says like this. Look at 334. Remember, Makat Dever is a plague. All your livestock are dying, yes? So look a second at the Pasuk.
COVID for the animals.
Good. All the animals. Look at Pasuk Vav. ויעש השם את הדבר הזה למחרת, וימות כל מקנה מצרים. וממקנה בני ישראל לא מת אחד. וישלח פרעה, והנה לא מת ממקנה ישראל עד אחד. מה זה עד אחד? So normally you say nothing. See, if every play came for a minute, it's okay to have the shchin for a minute. The skin is for a minute. If it's mad, it's mad. It's not chiyat ametim. So here, no one died, and some say other chad means but one. But one means just to show here, this is the play. Vayichbad lev Paro velo shelach. But here, Paro, the fact that one by the Jews died,
And he wouldn't take it.
correct. It's important, we said last night, it's important as you will listen tomorrow. Hashem openly says the reason you are redeemed is a combination of the zchut of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov.
Rabbi, the one that died, I think you.
Right, I meant this way correct.
The one that
His
died.
father was an Egyptian. He's the Egyptian.
The father was
Yes.
raped the mother,
Yes.
but they were affected by it.
Yeah. Look now on 320 on Moshe Rabbeinu is delivering the message that Hashem is ready to save them. וידבר משה כן, the promise, ולא שמעו אל משה מקוצר רוח ומעבודה קשה. Please read the English translation. פסוק 9.
So Moshe spoke accordingly to the children of Israel, but they did not heed Moshe because of shortness of breath and hard work.
You realize what the pasuk says? This pasuk contradicts. When Moshe Rabbeinu came. Look a second. Look a second at 3:12. Look a second at 3:12. Pasuk 29, you see? וילך משה ואהרון ויאספו את כל זקני ישראל. This is where Moshe for the first time is appearing now as a leader. וידבר אהרון, Aaron is a spokesman. את כל הדברים אשר דיבר השם אל משה, he's talking to the elders. ויעש האותות, and he used his מטה. ויאמן העם, ויאמן, they didn't believe. וישמעו כי פקד השם את בני ישראל. It's an open contradiction. Here it says Velosham. The answer is this is the elders. Elders are looking on challenges totally different. We're not judging the moment, we're looking at the big picture. We know that we are supposed to be out of here. You are here, going back to 320. וידבר משה כן על בני ישראל, when you talk to the masses of the people, ולא שמעו על משה, מקוצר רוח ומעבודה קשה. See, the biggest success of Hamas, I mean, they won the war 100%, but the biggest success is they are still playing with our nerves as much as they can.
Sure.
But this is קוצר רוח ומעבודה קשה. Sure. Whatever it is, I'm not giving it to you until you get it. Until.
I read also that they captured 2 children of one family, and they released one of them. And the father says, I don't know, it should be happy or sad. Getting one back, I don't know the other one. That's the ultimate torture.
Yeah, the whole process is torture.
No, but this is the kotzer ruach. One of the biggest problems is we are used to instant answers. The kotzer ruach, we are working very hard. We have to, in real life, in real life, it's the same. It's exactly the same. Remember, Annabe Esrim, Rani, in the beginning when it happened, everyone around you, including you and your family, were in the fog. As you get calm and you look at the picture in a totally different way, then look at the next pasuk. Hashem says to Moshe, "Bo daber al Paro, come speak to Paro." וידבר משה לפני השם לאמור, אין בני ישראל לא שמעו אל העם. The Jewish people didn't listen to me. ואיך ישמעני פרעה ואני ארז שפתיים. This is a famous קל וחומר. See, this is a קל וחומר in the Chumash, yes? Right. But the question is, but the reason why they didn't listen to you is because they're working very hard. Paro is not working very hard. Why shouldn't he listen? Which kind of chomer is compared to what they say? There are many, many interesting answers to the question.
It says Moshe thought that the Jews lost confidence in him because of his earliest intercession with Paro had made their lot even worse. This convinced him that it would be foolhardy to try to convince the king who did whatever he pleased with them and had no motivation to take Moshe seriously. Again, Moshe raised the issue of his inability to speak well, although Hashem already responded to it now. Moshe had understood that in his conversation with the people, Aharon would be a spokesman. So now God had instructed him to speak about all, thus raising once again Moshe's fear that he was unqualified. Hashem responded in the next verse, including Aharon in the command, thus implying that his would be Moshe would be Moshe.
Some commentators say that they felt in Moshe himself is not so confident. It is.
We tell in the office you have to sell the salesman.
When
The salesmen aren't convinced. How are they going to make the sale?
They can't.
You know, but this is exactly what they said. This is they sensed the kotzer ruach me'avodah kasha is because you, Moshe, when you speak to
They have
them,
the same.
kids hear the voice of parents. Every employee in your business hears if you say it, you don't say what you have to say. Look how
I tell them
fascinating.
in the office when the salesman, when they say no, that's when the work begins.
Now look a second. How this is, how important this is. Look a second, where is it? Two places. Look at Makat. Shem says to Moshe a few times, "Kitiyatzev b'fnei Paro." Let's see. Look a second, for instance, page 330. Look at the word. Until I saw the Or Chaim yesterday, you know the word. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe. At the bottom, all the way at the bottom, Pasuk Tezayin. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe Ashkem baboker, v'hityatzev b'fnei Paro, hinei yotzei hamayma, and delivering the message, Ko amar Hashem shalach et avi, otherwise the Arov, the predators are coming. If you look on the English translation, arise early in the morning and
Station yourself
What do you
before Paro.
how would you explain the word station yourself?
Well, stand where he's going to be. You know what I mean?
You see,
Like a
this is
matzah.
but you see, this is a good translation. But the Or Chaim says, "Itiyatzev, Moshe, you are a very humble man, and every time you talk to people, you talk like, I'm a nobody. When you talk to Paro,
strong.
stand strong, yes,
Ah,
stand strong. The message should be very clear to you. It's
Yeah.
not if
I'm not
somebody.
afraid.
I'm
not
not.
wishy-washy. This is it.
This is it. It's treated more than once, and this
Wow.
is the point.
Stand tall.
As a matter of
It's a reflexive verb, I think. It's a hit pile, isn't it?
yes, but it's fascinating. Vehit yatzev, which means you're standing in front of Paro should be in a way that the Paro sees that I'm here, not only physically. The Ibn Ezra, this is the Ibn Ezra. The Ibn Ezra says, why, in the big picture, why did Moshe have to be raised and grow in the palace of Paro? Yes. A is right. So David says to learn how to run a country.
Yeah.
But more than that, he says, if you have a mentality of slaves,
Yeah.
you are afraid, you
Yeah.
hesitate.
Yeah.
Moshe grew up in a place that we decided,
Yeah.
when do you use this trade or not? It's a big question.
Well, that's how the Parsha is Atem Nitzavim.
Yes, this is Atem Nitzavim Hayom
Yes.
Kolchem. I mean, the way they say it over there, Larry, is Atem Nitzavim Hayom Kulchem.
Right.
Are united then you are ניצבים כולכם לפני השם.
But then you have also later on, don't we have Hidyatvu Uru at Yeshuat Hashem?
Exactly what it means. The Jews are standing by the water and they see that they are surrounded. The Egyptians are this side, the water on this side. התייצבו ראו, get confident.
Second, unity is the strength.
Look a second in Makat HaRov. Look a second on page 332. The first pasuk on top. Aaron is speaking to Paro, כי אם אינך משלח את עמי, הנני משליח בך ובעבדיך ובעמך ובבתיך את הערוב. ומלאו בתי מצרים את הערוב וגם האדמה אשר הם ערוב. Okay, so this week we said one of the interpretations is מה זה וגם האדמה אשר עריה? If he's telling you that the predators are descending everywhere, of course, וגם האדמה, the land that they are there. Fascinating. The Jews were concentrated in Eretz Goshen, let's say Brooklyn. Let's say that the Egyptians are the other 5 boroughs. So the predators are coming to the boroughs. What happened if the Egyptian was a smart man? He's going now to they are going to follow you only, the Gama Adama, Shelhem, and the Egyptians. It is. Which means it's not only on the neighborhoods, the Egyptian neighborhoods. Everywhere where Egyptian is trying to find refuge.
What does it mean? Like the animals didn't go into the houses.
Of course they did. Of course they did. You see the Agadah of Pesach, my grandchildren, you see like a tiger, knocking on the door.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know.
No, but it's exactly what it means. I'm telling you. If your wife would say cockroach, she's on the table. Yes. No, it's
Me too.
Good. No, but this is the point. Imagine you see snakes or you see gorillas. It's the fright again. Here is the fear. It takes away all the security that you have. Yes. But look a second. למען תדע כי אני השם בקרב הארץ, ותלוק את פסוק י"ח ופסוק י"ט. והפליתי ביום ההוא את ארץ גושן, אשר אני עומד שם. See the English translation of the word 18, והפליתי.
Separated.
They set apart, yes? Yes? Then פסוק 19, ושמתי פדות, בין עמי ובין עמך, yes? I shall make a distinction between, yes? תשמע מה שאומר אור החיים. He says, the אור החיים says, what happened if a Jewish man happened to be in an Arab neighborhood? Or the opposite, you have an Egyptian, says this is ve'iflated, so this makah is showing them what we call today is Ashgacha Pratit, means Hashem is overlooking you in particular. It's not a general idea. The predators are descending on the Egyptian. Bein Ami u Bein Amecha. If there is a Jew there, you wouldn't see any. I mean, the Agadot, later Agadot, they show you, it's fascinating. You see little Jewish kids walking in the street, and they're making, they're playing with the predators. And when it comes to
The same with the water, the water never turned to blood. And
right. Not only never turned, many Rishonim are saying all the water sources are blood. When a Jew opens the Poland Spring blood, it's a Poland Spring. As a matter of fact, they say It sounds funny, but many Jews made money on it. If an
Yeah,
Egyptian wants
sell it.
Poland Spring, pay
Have to buy it.
a dollar for 16 ounces, yes? How would you give it to me? Because otherwise you have a very big question. Look a second. When the Khartoumim are trying to convince, look a second, the Khartoumim are trying to convince, look a second, and page 326. Moshe is telling Aaron, take your mate, raise it over the Nile, ויהודם. Okay? Look at פסוק כ' ויעשו כן משה ואהרון כאשר ציווה השם, וירם במטה, ויח את המים אשר ביאור לעיני פרעה לעיני הרב. And all the fish are fine. ולא יכלו מצרים לשתות מים מן היאור, ויהי אדם בכל ארץ מצרים. Not only in the Nile, every water source becomes bad. Look at the next pasuk, 328 pasuk כ"ב. ויעשו כן חרטומי מצרים, right?
Yeah.
ולאתם. How can they? Why did they have water? In order for the Khartoumim to show that we can do it also, they need Poland Spring water.
Bought from the
This
Jews.
is the point. They had to buy it from the Jews and turn the water of the Jews.
Like the Wizard of Oz.
This is one explanation. But one of the main themes here in this part, in the Makot, is go back to 326, go to Perek Zayin, look carefully. This is the first Makkah. ויאמר השם אל משה, אמור אל אהרון, tell אהרון, קח את מטך ונטה ידך לנווה מצרים. Look at the Rashi on the left column, second line. This is a very famous Rashi. Says Rashi, אמור אל אהרון, why is Aaron doing it? Why not Moshe? לפי שהגין היאור על משה. The Nile protected Moshe. כשנשלח לתוכו, when he was thrown in, לפיכך לא לקה על ידו, לא בדם, ולא בצפרדעים, ולקה על ידי אהרון. It's also במכת כנים. So what is Rashi saying? Since Moshe felt a sense of gratitude to the warrior, so by Mitzvahdeim and here, so the Gemara, the language the Gemara is using bira de shatit minei maya, a well that you drink water from. I'll teach the Bekara, don't throw a stone. Says Rav Dessler, I understand that if I benefited
Another human being.
from the human being, from a bull, but here, this is the biggest Kiddush Hashem. Why shouldn't I? By turning the water into blood, it's a Kiddush Hashem. So just because I benefited, on the contrary, I'm using the water to be mefalsem Shem Hashem. This is what Rav Dessler says, this is very amukim. Says Rav Dessler, the sense of gratitude is in your heart. Even if logically you understand that I'm using the water, right, to show the greatness of Hashem, this is in your mind. But when you are throwing a stone, even if the stone is being used to show something big, you are slowly erasing the sense of gratitude that you have.
You know, it's fascinating then that Moshe has the whole problem with Moshe then comes to be the water when he strikes the rock and the water comes out.
This is exactly the point that
Right.
When Paro made a decree, the astrologist told him, the sources told him,
Technique.
he is going to suffer from water. This is why Yom Nolad Moshiach Shel Israel, Moshe is born today, and we see that he's going to be punished in the future by water.
Mhm.
But this was the, so this is Makat Tzfadeya. And remember, Moshe by now is 80 years old. Yes. 80 years ago, your mother placed you in the water, and the water helped you. Moshe doesn't want to. The punishment for the water was the biggest reward, because the Egyptians are learning through the water the greatness of Hashem, but you cannot do it, because deep in your heart, look, Rabbi Shmulevitz is using it following the following way. Go back a second to Parashat Shemot. When Moshe is a fugitive, is running to Midian, yes? Look a second at 298, page 298. Moshe Rabbeinu killed the Egyptian, and he's running to Midian, and he saw that the shepherds are not allowing the ruler of Yitro to take water. Moshe interfered. Okay. Look at Pasuk 18. Vatavuna el Reuven Avi, and the 7 daughters are coming early. How come you came early? ותאמרנה איש מצרי הצילנו מיד הרועים, וגם דלו דלה לנו, וישק את הצאן. How do you know that the guy is an Egyptian? He said, normally you teach it without, because you learn from Egypt dressed. Now, Pharaoh is looking for you all over the world. Yes. Every person who escapes jail,
They change it.
first and foremost is this is why in jail they have special uniform to be able to identify. Here it is. Says the Midrash, look carefully. ויאמר לבנותיו והיו, where is it? למה זה עזבתם את האיש? כי ראה לו ויאכל לחם. Says the Midrash, they told the father, we right away offered him so many thanks, and he says to us, Moshe, I didn't say the Mitzri that I killed is the reason why you're saved here.
Wow.
Ish Mitzri.
Oh.
I killed the Egyptian, and because of that, I'm a fugitive, so I ran to him. Says Rabbi Shmulevitz, what is Moshe telling him?
Why is he bringing?
What is he telling? Telling him that the Hakarat HaTov, the sense of gratitude, goes even as far as the Ish Mitzri, the Mavir. And the Midrash is using the following analogy: a man was beaten by a poisonous snake, whenever he runs to the water to wash his injury. As he's washing, he saw a kid drowning. He saved the kid. The kid
It was a snake that helped.
thanked him very much. The man says to him, help the snake. If you want to see how far this sense of gratitude goes, go a second to Sefer Bamidbar. I mean, it's the same thing. Chaim Shmulevitz says all of that. Look when Hashem says to Moshe, Nekom nikmat Hashem b'Midyat. Go to Sefer.
Oh, wow.
Go. Parashat Mas'eh.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hashem says to Moshe, Nekom nikmat Hashem b'Midyat. אחר תעשה למלך. Yes. But I was wrong. It's Parashat Matot. Parashat Matot. So you look at it. Page 902, פרק ל"ד, במדבר ל"ד. Here you can really see how far real הכרת הטוב goes. 902 on the bottom. וידבר השם אל משה לאמור, listen carefully, Hashem speaks to Moshe, נקום, you take revenge. מקום נקמת בני ישראל מאת המדיינים, this is your last mission as a leader, אחר תעשה ולמך, אוקיי? וידבר משה אל העם, Moshe is mobilizing that every tribe gives 1,000 people. Look now in פסוק ו', וישלח אותם משה 1,000 למטה לצבא, 1,000 for every tribe, אותם ואת פנחס בן אלעזר הכהן לצבא. So who is the leader? Who? Pinchas. Hashem told you, Moshe, you take revenge. You know what the Midrash says? Moshe says, I cannot, because Midian was a refuge.
Oh, yeah.
You know how far.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Hashem
wow.
telling
Great.
the Kol Nikmat, Moshe says, you realize it's the same. The water helped
Yeah.
me. So even though through the water I'm achieving something big, here is Nikmat Hashem. I cannot do it because deep inside, I feel a sense of gratitude.
To the Midian.
Gratitude to Midian. It says Rabbi Shmulevitz, by Makat Dam, Hashem says to Moshe, tell Aaron. Here Hashem tells it to you. Hashem told Moshe. As Rabbi Shmulevitz, Moshe understood that Hashem meant me means I should be in charge, but the one to carry it out is Pinchas, because I cannot do it. This is also a big lesson in the
Wow, that's a great one. That's fascinating.
in the Pasuk. Have a wonderful Shabbat.
Good Shabbos, Rabbi Prague. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Have a good Shabbos.